very much. So what we wanted to do today was to partly reiterate some things I said on Saturday morning in the opening plenary. And I know not everybody was here on Saturday, so it's worthwhile stating a few points about where we're going with IT and what our goals and objectives are with the IT services that we provide. And then talk a little bit about where we're going and talk a little bit about some of the things people have raised during the course of the last few days that they're saying, I find this to be something I don't know how to do. I want to be able to make this work more easily for me. So I picked on just a few topics that I'd like to talk about and give some hints as to how you might go and resolve some of the things people raise as being key issues. So we're going to start by looking at a little overview of what we're doing. And a year or two ago, when I took on this job, I sat down and said, let's see what we are really trying to achieve. What are the goals of our IT organization? We're trying to help INCOSE, and we're trying to help INCOSE be the best place to go for the best information about systems engineering, its practices, its practitioners. You and your organizations and the information that you bring, we want that to be available to everybody, and we haven't in history done as good a job as we could and would like to do in this area. So we want to try and make that available, make it accessible, open to the membership, but also to attract prospective members. We want our outward-facing services to encourage people who look at what we're doing to want to participate, to want to come and join us, to want to get engaged in what we're doing in systems engineering, and to help grow our community. And so to do that, we want to provide tools to the organizations within INCOSE. A key organization within INCOSE is the chapters, where regional activities, local activities, national activities help to bring INCOSE to a wider audience. And so we want to make it easy for chapters to use the facilities we have. And a large number of chapters over the last couple of years have chosen to take advantage of our new IT infrastructure and put their chapter websites and their information into the common infrastructure. And that means we can share things. We can share, for example, an event that a chapter puts on with other events, other chapters, other groups around the areas, other topics, and so provide an opportunity for people to see what we're doing. And those are the kinds of things we want to make work. So the IT we have, and I mentioned this on Saturday morning, is built of three significant pieces. There's a member management system, which tracks membership, that tracks your interests, that lets you connect to the information throughout the system related to the groups you want to participate in, the chapter you maybe belong to in a local area or wherever that might be, and the functions that you're interested in. And it tracks that information and lets us use that to give you access to the pieces of the rest of the system you might want. We have a public web page. And on that website, we publish information about what's going on in INCOSE, information about systems engineering, information about the activities in the working groups here at IW and throughout the year, and information about the activities of those chapters, and share that with everyone. But from that portal, we can also access the member management to get to your information, and also Connect, which is a SharePoint-based facility that lets us collaborate, share information, archive information, track the history we've been working through, and collaborate. So those are functionally separate pieces. We try to present them to you as a connected whole, but they're not smoothly linked together in as much as we would like them to be. And we are working on some issues in some of those areas, which I will mention in a moment. So Connect, we recently reorganized, restructured, and repainted the face of it. So those of you who were using Connect, one day you were coming into a green banner, and the next day it was a blue banner. Well, that's not the only thing we changed. The color changed, but we used a new template which gives us better access to some of the other facilities that are available inside of SharePoint, better menus, better organization of the information there, a better search capability, and better connections into your profile and your member management. So we've done a number of things there to make Connect more useful. We've got a long way to go before it's at the level I would like to see it, because there's a lot of old information in there that needs sorting. There's a lot of duplicate ways of getting to the same thing, which isn't really as well structured as we would like. And we want to make this the place that you want to go and work and share information. Some groups are using it very, very effectively. It can be done, but we need to do some more organizing and provide some more assistance to people who want to be able to go and use this service. And so we continue to work on that. Go and look at the help pages if you have any questions when you're trying to use Connect. From the main menu of Connect, there's a help item, and pick that help item and it will bring you to our help portal. There's a lot of information there. There's a lot of how-tos. There's videos. There's PDF documents. There's descriptions of many, many capabilities that are available that will help you understand what's there. If you can't find what you need in the help area, please put in an issue ticket. Again, in the same help area. You can add a ticket and let us know what it is you would like to see, what it is we haven't thought of yet, what it is that doesn't work the way it should do, and we can take action and respond to that. This new look and new feel to it gives us more functions, more capabilities, but it also brings some slight changes. So if you are seeing something there that isn't the way you expected it to be or wanted it to be, then again, put in a help ticket and we'll look at it. Or contact us directly and we will work with you. But I would prefer that you use the tracking system we have to put in your issue and let us know about it. And by the way, that shares that information with other people. They can see that issues have been raised, they can see what the responses have been, and we can help everyone more directly. In the Connect structure, we're also going to be bringing in a whole new version of our INCOSE Store. The documents that we provide, the products that we create, we want to have easily accessible, visible to everybody, and acquirable by those people entitled so to do. We've got a lot of products that are available to the general population out there, such as the vision document. We'd like everyone to see that. We'd like people to go and understand from that where systems engineering is going and what we would like them to come and do to join us. But we also want people to be able to get documents which are perhaps membership benefits. And so we have appropriate control so that people who are members can get the documents that they are entitled to, and we can attract other people to see that there's interesting content that they might like to look at as well. So I said a few how-tos. I'd like to just take a look at a few things that I hear people saying, well, how do I do this? When I go and try and do this, it doesn't work the way I expect it to. So uploading and downloading items from the areas in Connect sometimes doesn't work the way people think it should. And I'd like to explain a couple of points about that. Using some of our other resources, I'm really just pointing you there to go and have a look at the information we have available, the helps and the how-to guides, because that will lead you through a lot of those other capabilities. And your profile leads you to where you can do things. So very quickly, in the collaboration areas in SharePoint, Connect, you see here the view of a page within one of the working groups. I chose to use this just as a little example because it's a paper that I put up there yesterday. So it's immediate relevant material from this event. And working groups are putting their information into Connect as the event proceeds so that everyone can get access to and share that information. And so in this particular case, putting that information in there, there's a couple of choices as to how you can go and put information into an area that you're entitled to work in. So you might go into that area and you might try and get access to that document that we put in there yesterday. And if you click on it, which is perhaps the obvious thing you're going to do, I want that document, I'll click on it. Many times you might get some contention from the system. It says to you, well, do you want us to open this in the Office desktop? It's going to try and be helpful. Our friends at Microsoft have decided it would be nice to help you and lead you to be able to download this Word document and see it immediately in your desktop tools. And that's great. So you say, yes, I'd like to do that, and it asks you to log in. What it's asking you to log in as is your INCOSE login. This isn't any login to your laptop. This isn't any login to your Microsoft account. This is login to INCOSE with the login that you did with INCOSE. And you can do that and then be patient, because Microsoft spends a little time thinking about what you asked it to do, and perhaps after a little while, up will pop the document you were trying to get, and it will be opened up in the relevant tool. Works nicely if you have that relevant tool. Might not work in every case. So that can work. It can be effective, and be patient, because once you've got that little dialogue up, there's quite a lot of background going on between Connect, Member Suite, and Microsoft, finding out whether or not they think you are who you said you were. And it does take a little while. And a lot of people have said, well, I tried that and nothing happened. Well, it might not have happened in 5 seconds, but it might have happened in 20 seconds. It might take quite a little while to happen, especially around here, where the speed of the network is not necessarily the fastest when we have 500 people all trying to look at the same information at the same time. So an alternative to that, instead of clicking on the thing in the first place, look at that item there and right-click on it. And right-click will pop up a little menu. It's going to vary depending upon what browser you chose to use. In this particular case, I used Google Chrome, but you get a similar little dialogue if you used Internet Explorer or anything else like that. And in that right-click, somewhere in the menu there will be a Save This Thing As. And it will save it to your computer and open it. So if the one doesn't work, try the other. The higher probability is that this one will work, where the other one baffled people. This also doesn't always work, depending upon what Microsoft tools you've got installed on your system and how other pieces of the puzzle come round. And so you may need to have the patience to go one way or the other. But I just suggest that this is an alternative that people maybe not have thought about. Right-click on the object, and you might be able to get to it. Contrariwise, you might be entitled to submit materials to one of these working areas. And on the page, the same page we were just looking at, there's an area that says New Document or Drag Here. And you can pick something from your computer and drag it into the middle of the screen, and up pops an area that's shaded, and an icon may or may not represent the object you're dragging into there, and you can just drop it, and it will be uploaded and inserted into that space. So if the area you're going to has that drag items here choice, it's a very quick and easy way to put information into Connect. It doesn't always have that. Some areas are organized slightly differently. You might have a different organization of the list you're looking at, and in that case there will be an Add Document choice available at the bottom of the list. And you can click on Add Document, and up will pop a little dialog, and in that little dialog you can search for the document on your desktop or on your computer. You can put in any information about that document, which is sometimes helpful. We want metadata. Uploaded at IW2017 perhaps might be useful information to add. But you can put information into Connect. So I've heard people saying it's ridiculously hard to get things out or put things in. There are a couple of little gotchas sometimes, but it's not that hard. Have a little patience. And if you really can't make it work, let us know. We'd like to know why not and fix it. You can do things around the INCOSE IT resources depending upon what your profile lets you do. So when you log in, you can go to your profile page. And I encourage you to go to your profile page occasionally and take a look and make sure your information is up to date. The chapter to which you are attached is correctly listed in there. And the areas that you're interested in. If you scroll down on your profile, you will see towards the bottom the area of your participation, the working groups that you participate in, the committees you belong to, and at the bottom of that list there's a place for you to go and say, I would like to go and join the Transportation Working Group. So click there and a full list of all the currently active working groups will show. You can see who's in charge of that group if you want to contact the person. You can add yourself to those working groups, and that sends in your name into the list. The group is now made aware of your presence, but you have access to that group's activities and can participate in that group. The way you do that is through this profile. You don't need to go to find the group person and ask them, please nicely, can I join your group? There are a few groups that are closed, so you will find you can't automatically join the group. But in the general case, you can join a working group, you can participate. So come and participate and join in. And talking of participate, I'd like people to participate with us and help us understand where the issues are. What do we need to keep on working on? What do we need to fix? There are things that we need to address. There are going to continue to be things that don't work the way they should. There are going to continue to be needs that we would like to address. So help us understand what it is you'd like. Anything you see that's not right, submit an issue report, please. How do you do that? Well, the issue tracking system on the Connect site under the Help menu. Go in there to the Help menu. If you've got a small view on the screen, like you might have in that case, scroll down. Further down the page, you will find the full list of all the currently open issues that are being looked at or have been recently dealt with, and you can see what's there. You might find your issue is already reported, in which case that's fine. But you might like to add a new issue, and we're very happy to have you go in there, add your issue, select from that list, I'd like to create a new item. Up will pop a little dialogue again. You can fill in this dialogue all the information you would like to give us about what it is that you find isn't the way you'd like it to be, or an enhancement you'd like to see, a feature that you're used to using in some other environment that you'd like to see within our environment. The scope is open to you as to how much you would like to put in there, what you would like to see, what you would like to request. Every issue is then notified to our team. We work on this within a small team, looking at these issues and address them. Some of them are technical IT problems. We get them fixed. Some of them are just process, organization. How do we sort something out? They may not get an instant solution, but they will get addressed. They will get looked at. They will get accommodated as we move on forward. So I really would like you to use the mechanism we have there to put in your issues. I know it's nice and easy to pick up the phone and call the help desk, and that's fine too. But I encourage you to use a tracking system that will enable us and others to share what's being done in these areas and get things sorted out. We have a small group that's been working with me over the last couple of years, and I'd like to once again thank very much those people who have been spending time on a regular basis looking at these kinds of issues, helping to define what we should do about them, seeing where we would go with the things we're doing. As we've been building up this IT infrastructure, it's become more and more apparent where we need some more help. And I'm looking to ask anyone who's interested in participating to consider joining me as an assistant director for the IT activities. And there are two major areas I'd like to see some help and some focus upon. One is the collaboration site. There's a lot of good functionality there, but it's needing a lot of work to organize it better, to make it more effective and efficient. And so I would like somebody to help work with myself and with Mike Celentano and Tech Ops and figure out how we make the collaboration area more and more effective. And I'm pleased to say that I have had a couple of people come to me during the course of the last few days and ask to participate. So we'll be seeing how we work out the details. I haven't got detailed job descriptions and task lists. I have got an opportunity to frame the way we go forward. And similarly, in presenting INCOSE to the outside world, anyone who would like to help join us and work with myself and Rachel in defining the directions and strategies of the IT resources so that they best serve the needs of helping to present our organization externally, work with the outreach directors to see how we can offer them resources to help their needs and help us to become a bigger, better, and more effective organization for systems engineering. And for those of you who don't feel that you'd like to step up to either of those, we have the opportunity to put together a larger group of Voice of the Customer, put together a meeting at IS and IW to sit and talk again, share what it is you'd like to see. That doesn't mean I want you to wait till IS before you tell me what you want to see. Please send in a ticket. Please email me, contact me. I'm not too hard to find. And very happy to hear from you as to what it is you'd like to see us doing, how you'd like to see us moving forward. what capabilities you would like. But if you would like to participate more directly, then I encourage you to come and tell me about it and sign up for some of these activities, because I really would welcome your assistance. So that was my little IT update and overview. Thank you very much for coming and paying attention. I appreciate that. If anyone has any instant comments, questions, heckling not allowed, then I'd be very happy to hear from you. Ken.